From New York, the makers of Clippercraft clothes for men and 236 leading retail stores from coast to coast present the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character of Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes is portrayed by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by Alfred Shirley, and the dramatizations are by Edith Meiser. Well, here we are once again, settled comfortably in front of Dr. Watson's cheerful fireplace. Outside, the winter wind wails like... Well, let's see. What does the wind sound like tonight, Dr. Watson? A lost soul or a baffled banshee? What would you say?
To me, Mr. Harris, that wind sounds rather like Bast, the ancient Egyptian cat goddess, sometimes called Bubastis. She howls, they say, if anyone disturbs the graves of those who have consecrated themselves to her.
Oh, come now, Dr. Watson. You don't believe that sort of nonsense, do you?
Well, I'm not so sure, Mr. Harris. I'm not so sure. One silent autumn night, as Holmes and I crossed the wind-swept moors that surround King's Highland, we heard such a cry, a strange, harsh ululation that struck a chill to our marrow bones. And, oh, good heavens, there I go again, forgetting my manners. After all, you have something rather important to say, I believe, Mr. Harris.
Well, I generally have, Dr. Watson, and speaking of wind and chill, there's nothing like a Clippercraft overcoat to keep them out, you know.
Right. Pity Holmes and I weren't wearing a Clippercraft that night on Dartmoor Heath.
Now, Dr. Watson, this is my part of the entertainment.
Oh, sorry, old man. Proceed.
Thank you. There are now 1,036 fine stores across the nation that sell Clippercraft clothes. That's a tribute to the efficiency of the Clippercraft plan. And that's a tribute also to the tremendous demand that an alert American public has built for Clippercraft. In the Clippercraft plan, you see, these 1,036 stores concentrate their buying power, effecting tremendous savings the year round in manufacturing and distribution costs. These savings are all yours, and it's a mighty nice thing to be able to outfit yourself with value so exceptional at your own local independent store, where you get real service and friendly personal attention. Clippercraft suits are only $40 and $45. Clippercraft topcoats and overcoats only $40, and sport jackets only $26.50. Seeing is believing. To convince yourself beyond the shadow of a doubt, simply compare Clippercraft with clothes selling for many dollars more. And now to return to that icy wind on the moors, Dr. Watson.
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Harris, that's not where this adventure had its inception. It was a brisk all day, rather early in the century. After a good deal of argument, I had persuaded Holmes to accompany me on a constitutional through Kensington Gardens. As our listeners doubtless know, Holmes was never a man who took exercise if he could avoid it.
Lethargic sort of fellow, eh, Dr. Watson?
Well, not necessarily. Needless to say, when we returned to Baker Street somewhere around 5, I was the one who was puffing like a grampus, while Holmes bounded up the steps as easily as a greyhound. We were met at the front door by Mrs. Hudson, the chatelaine and general factotum of our bachelor domain.
Ah, Mrs. Hudson, what's up?
It's way past your tea time, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, to blazes with tea, madam. Give us an early supper.
What's more, a gentleman was here. Waited upstairs half an hour, he did. Stamping up and down on my ceiling till I thought the chandelier would come loose.
Sounds like a client, eh, Watson?
Well, we could do with a case, Holmes. The exchequer is getting a bit low.
Bother the exchequer.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Holmes. Relax. We're home, you know.
He said he'd be back. If it's a case, see that he pays. Looks like he had money.
Yes, Mrs. Hudson's correct. Our late visitor undoubtedly had money.
Pity he got away. But what makes you think the blighter was affluent?
Can't you smell it? He smoked the very best tobacco. The matter he came to consult us about must have been urgent. He's left his pipe here on the table. A nice briar with a longish stem of what the tobacconists fondly call amber. Yes, he must have been thoroughly disturbed to leave behind a pipe he values so highly.
Oh, Baldash, how can you possibly know how he values his sit pipe?
Elementary, my dear Watson, elementary. The pipe has been twice mended, once in the wooden stem and once in the amber, each time with a silver band costing more than the pipe did originally. What's more, he's been here before because, having run out of his own mixture, he's helped himself to a pipeful from the Persian slipper on the mantelpiece. No casual stranger would know that's where I keep my tobacco. Oh, but here's his step on the stairs. Come in, come in.
Confound it, man. Why don't you stay at home where you belong?
Holmes, it's Colonel Ross.
Obviously, my dear Watson. Oh, bring our visitor a chair and a slight sedative of some sort, say brandy and soda.
I don't need a brandy. Yes, I do, confound it, a double brandy.
Well, don't tell me you've had another disaster on the moors at King's Pyland.
We have that, Mr. Holmes, but this time it's not man that's been murdered. It's a horse.
Worse. Much worse.
Let me tell you, there aren't many men the equal of Blazing Star.
Good Lord. Blazing Star. Isn't that your entry for the Wessex Cup, sir?
It was, Dr. Watson, it was.
Aha. Blazing Star. Watson was reading me an item about it just the other day. I believe he's the son of the famous Silver Blaze out of Lady Luck.
You were able to rescue his sire for me, Mr. Holmes.
In time to win the Wessex Cup. What a race that was, eh, Holmes?
But it's too late to do anything for poor Blazing Star. By the Lord Harry, I mean to catch up with the scoundrel that killed her. And when I do...
I've always contended there's a special reservation in the lowest hell for any man who mistreats animals.
Yes, quite. But tell me exactly what happened at King's Pyland, Colonel Ross.
You remember Ned Hunter, Mr. Holmes? He was in charge of the stable at the time Silver Blaze was abducted.
Yes, fine fellow, reliable and trustworthy.
He's been promoted to the post of trainer since you last saw him, but he still sleeps in the stable, doesn't trust anyone else to do it.
Blazing Star, like his sire before him, was the favorite for the Wessex Cup, I believe.
That's right, Mr. Holmes. So Ned was being extra particular. None of the stable boys were allowed to go near the horse. Ned groomed and exercised him himself. No one else laid a hand on the animal.
Can't take too many precautions with a winner, eh, Holmes?
Don't interrupt, Watson.
Well, yesterday afternoon I went down to the stables myself to watch Blazing Star work out. I wish you could have seen him. The sunshine glinting on his chestnut coat. Like a fiery streak he was coming down the stretch. Never went better in his life. Well, I went into supper and cleared a place off the mantel. The same place we kept the Wessex Cup when Silver Blaze won it. Then I went to bed and slept the sleep of the just. But along about 2 o'clock in the morning, I was awakened by Ned Hunter. As I lit the lamp, I could see his face, white as a sheet, and his hand shook as though he had the palsy. Ned, what's up? What's the matter, man?
It's the Star, sir. He's took bad. I'd better go for the vet.
Good Lord. What happened? He seemed in great shape this afternoon.
I can't explain it, sir. Unless it was that cat upset him. You know how he always hated cats.
Oh, what cat? We don't keep any cats.
Oh, a black cat it was, sir. Can't say I've ever seen it before. But when I was taking in his bunch of carrots I always gives him before I tucks him in for the night, a black cat comes out of nowhere and slips into the store between my legs.
Oh.
Well, sir, you know how the Star is about cats. He started stamping and whinnying like he was possessed.
Hey, you Timmy, go! Help me get this cat out of here before she's killed.
Oh, easy, Star. Easy, boy. Easy, Star. Did you see that cat? Come out of here like a bat out of hell. Eyes blazing like the devil himself. Hello. She's raked the Star on the flank. She's drawn blood. Easy, boy. Easy.
Hey, Timmy, bring the ointment. The Star's hurt. Well, Mr. Holmes, Ned Hunter swooped down the scratch and tried to quiet the horse, but Star was restless. Long about midnight, Ned noticed his breathing was getting heavy and labored. He worked up quite a sweat. Ned rubbed him down again, but he kept getting worse instead of better, so I went for the vet. He's a new man in the district and supposed to know all there is to know about animals. When I brought him back with me, Ned looked like he'd seen a ghost. Ned, this is Mr. Peebles, the new veterinary surgeon. He'll bring Star around for us.
I'm afraid the Star's past help, sir. I've never seen the like. Just seemed to collapse in front of my eyes. His back sort of sagged and his knees gave way. Pretty soon he couldn't stand up no more. He's lying in there on the straw, pretty near gone.
You'd better take Mr. Peebles right in, Ned.
Yes, sir. This way, sir.
Confound it. If anything happens to that horse. He was so fit this afternoon. Lord, it's quiet around here. If I could just hear the old boy breathing. 3 o'clock. Where do you suppose that blasted cat came from? Oh, rubbish. No one dies from a cat scratch. Haven't had any cats around here for years. Certainly not any black cats. Well, Mr. Peebles, how is he? What's the verdict?
I'm sorry, Colonel Ross. He's gone, sir. Died very quietly of old age.
You say the vet pronounced Blazing Star dead of old age, Colonel Ross?
But that's impossible, Holmes. The Wessex Cup is a race for 5-year-olds.
Exactly. Blazing Star was 5-year-old last month. Yet when I went in to look at his body as it lay there in his stall, I'd have sworn he was the oldest horse I'd ever seen. Temples caved in, coat dry and grayish, hip bones protruding.
You don't think anyone could have switched horses while Ned Hunter came to inform you the horse was taken sick?
No, Mr. Holmes, I'd no Blazing Star anywhere. The star on the forehead he'd inherited from his father. The white-off forefoot and a long scar on his left hind leg where he'd cut himself in a bit of wire when he was a 2-year-old. That horse was Star full 5 years ago last month. He couldn't have died of old age.
Fantastic and macabre story, eh, Holmes?
Quite. Many people, of course, will profit by his death. Have there been any strangers in the neighborhood of King's Python these last few weeks, Colonel Ross?
There has been a band of wandering gypsies camping on the moors.
Of course. Gypsies have many curious and little-known poisons. They'd be quite apt to keep a black cat, what's more. If its claws had been dipped in some obscure venom, they...
Possibly, Watson, possibly. Tell me, Colonel Ross, what's become of your erstwhile neighbor and rival, Lord Backwater, who owned the Middleton stables?
That blackguard. Haven't seen him since the affair of Silver Blaze. He was ruled off the turf after that and forced to sell his horses.
Serves him jolly well right.
Mapleton has been unoccupied until recently. About a month ago, I understand it was leased to a professor, an Egyptologist, I believe. He's a recluse. Spends most of his time in a laboratory and fixed up for himself in the old study. Mattie Baxter, our maid sister, keeps house for him. Says a queer sort of a chap. Works behind locked doors all night and sleeps all day.
Unhealthy sort of life, eh, Holmes?
Yes, there are several factors around King's Python that don't sound healthy to me. Colonel Ross, I'd suggest that Watson and I take the morning train for Exeter to investigate the situation.
I hoped you'd say that, Mr. Holmes. I've told Ned not to dispose of Starr's body until you arrive.
Splendid.
I suppose you'll want me to take my revolver, eh, Holmes?
Your revolver and that little black satchel that contains your medical kit. This, unless I'm very much mistaken, is a case in which we should be prepared for anything. Well, Watson, now that you've finished thorough examination of the cadaver, what's your verdict?
The vet was right, Holmes. The horse obviously died of old age.
But I tell you that's impossible. Blazing Star was only a little over 5 years old. Ned here will bear me out.
That's right, gentlemen.
Horse doesn't die of old age at 5 years.
It looks like Blazing Star ain't going to be the only one, neither.
Good Lord. Don't tell me another one of the horses has caught the malady.
It's not one of the horses, sir. It's the sheep. I noticed it when I went out to the paddock after you left this morning. They stood there all huddled together, shivering. Then gradually, all day long, they kept getting older and older. You could fair see them do it. Their eyes are rheumy, and their voices weak. And, some of them can hardly keep on their feet.
But those sheep were young. Most of them were dropped in this year's lambing season. What do you make of it, Dr. Watson? Have you ever heard of old age being contagious?
Well, there have been isolated cases, Colonel Ross, where young and healthy individuals have developed a wasting away that rather resembled the appearance of age. However, I hardly think it possible.
Hold on. Who's this running across the moors in the sunset?
Looks like a woman. Her hair flying loose, her shawl flapping in the wind.
But she's staggering as if she were drunk.
It's Mattie, Colonel Ross. Her that works over at Mapleton.
She's not suffering from the effects of alcohol. It's fright that's upset her. It's sheer terror.
Colonel Ross, will you take me in this night? I'm never going back. I'm never going back to that house again. I knew he was evil the minute I laid eyes on the man, and now I've seen him. The butcher he is. He's a ghoul.
Who is Mattie?
My master. Him of the least Mapleton. He's filled the house full of heathen statues. The lower part man and the upper part beast.
Those would be the statues of the ancient Egyptian gods. Ra, the hawk, Anubis, the dog, and Bast, the cat, I fancy.
Bast, that's what he calls her. The black cat that rides everywhere with him on his shoulder. Their eyes are alike. Him and the cat's both green. And they both can look at you without even blinking. Only his head moves from side to side while he stares at you.
What's that?
I said his head. It don't never hold still. He's a ghoul, that's what he is. They've been bringing him boxes for weeks now. 6 boxes, big like coffins. A lorry drives up in the dead of night and they carry the box into his study and he locks the door behind it. The last anyone ever seen of them boxes, or what's in them.
Never seen any traces when you go in to clean the study?
I've never been allowed in, sir. No one's ever been allowed in that study except the man what brings the boxes, and then only for a minute while he puts them down. Today, the men come with another big box, only they brought it before it was dark. The master fell in a rage when he saw him drive off. When they brought the box in and set it down in the study, he was that worked up, there were flecks of foam on his lips.
You idiots! How often have I told you not to come here by daylight? I'm all right, Governor. The sun's about down and there's a storm coming up. Me and me partner have a long way to drive back to town. We don't like to be caught in the moors in a storm at night. Oh, you don't? Well, this is the last time you need come here. People who work for me obey my orders.
Aye, but Governor...
Get your pay. Now, get out. We'll be going. Never fear. He needn't have done that.
Oh, he's a terror when he gets in one of his rages.
Oh, there. You work here.
Aye, I'm the housemaid.
Know what it is he's got in them boxes we bring him?
Haven't a notion. That room's always kept locked.
He never so much as looked through the keyhole.
Oh, I'd never do that. It's not right.
Maybe not, but I bet it'd be interesting. Aye. Come along there, Chris, or we'll be caught on the moors out of dark.
Aye.
Lit the lamp in there. It shows through the keyhole. He's taken the lid off the box. I can hear the nails squeak. I would sort of like to know what's in it. One peek wouldn't hurt, I guess. Hello. There's another box inside of the first one. It's got a painted face and hands. Now he's taken that lid off, too. There's something lying inside. It's got a face, too, and hands. Oh! It's a woman. She's dead. It's a woman's body.
Great Scott. A woman's body? Then the man is a ghoul, a body snatcher. Worse?
Unless I'm very much mistaken, he's much worse, Colonel Ross. As for the body, I imagine it's been dead a long, long time. Yes, I think Watson and I will take a stroll over to Mapleton later this evening. I'd like to take a look at the contents of that box myself.
What a night to go stalking about the moors, Holmes. I'm soaked to the skin.
Yes, the equinoctial rain seemed to be especially vigorous this year, Watson.
Vigorous, I can hardly say. Good Lord, what was that?
That, I imagine, is a member of the feline or cat family.
Sounds half wild, eh, Holmes?
Yes, unusual for a cat to be out in this weather.
Seems to be getting closer.
Angle the lantern over here. Yes, there it is, in that tree to the left.
Good Lord. Its eyes shine like fire. Maybe she's caught up there and can't get down. Here, pussy. Nice kitty.
Watson, for the love of heaven, don't get near that cat.
Why not?
Because one scratch from her claws, and you would decline and die of old age.
You? Professor Moriarty?
You look surprised to see me, Dr. Watson. I heard you were expected at King's Pyland, Holmes, and when that stupid serving girl ran screaming out of my house this evening, I rather expected it wouldn't be long before you came over to Mapleton to pay your respects to the Princess Hatshepsut.
Princess Hatshepsut? So that's who you have in your latest mummy case, Moriarty.
Yes, in the most perfect state of preservation, but of absolutely no use to me, unfortunately.
Why not?
She was still slender when she died. The artisans who embalmed her didn't need to age the body to prepare it for burial.
Age the body?
Have you ever seen a fat mummy, Dr. Watson?
Come to think of it, can't say I have.
In ancient Egypt, it took upward of 70 days to prepare the body of a mummy. Rare gums, resins, and spices were used. And if the deceased was fat, a fluid was injected which aged and shriveled the body after death.
And it's your theory, no doubt, Moriarty, that that same fluid extracted from those mummies would, if injected into human beings, produce premature old age and death.
So far, Mr. Holmes, I have only experimented with animals. But I believe the process has been sufficiently perfected so that I may now indulge in a few human experiments. How fortunate that you and Dr. Watson should have decided to drop in this evening.
Holmes, let's get out of here.
Not so fast, Dr. Watson. My servant Akbar has had you covered for some time. He's an expert shot, I promise you.
Bluff. Pure bluff. Can't see a soul.
Akbar is rather dark. He doesn't show up very well at night, but to prove to you he is present, I shall have him destroy the cat up there.
No, don't bother.
But it's no trouble at all. We came out here for that purpose. Unfortunately, yesterday I spilled some of the liquid I'm experimenting with, and the cat walked in it. It's no longer safe to have it at large. You saw the results when she scratched Colonel Ross's horse last night. You see, I don't want to kill people. I shall be satisfied just to make them senile.
Why, you blackguard.
Don't excite yourself, Dr. Watson. Akbar, the cat. Such a pity. I was rather fond of the beast. Now, gentlemen, if you will accompany me.
When you're in your favorite clothing store these winter days and hear someone say, "How do they do it?" he's probably trying on a Clippercraft suit or overcoat. Because in this era of higher prices, it's really startling to see so much truly fine quality in clothes for such a modest amount. For Clippercraft suits are only $40 and $45. Clippercraft top coats are only $40, and sport jackets are only $26.50. The fabrics are really long-wearing. Style and fit is superb because Clippercraft clothes are expertly designed. Now, you may ask how all this is possible. Well, the answer is real manufacturing genius and a plan. The famous Clippercraft plan concentrates the buying power of 1,036 of the nation's finest stores from coast to coast. Thus, you get the amazing advantages of the group buying at your own local independent store, at the store you can trust. Selling expensive clothes at inexpensive low prices at the nation's finest independent stores is the great big idea behind the Clippercraft plan. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suit, top coat, and overcoat. In Manhattan, Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th. John Wanamaker Men's Stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
And now to return to Dr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes. We find them in Moriarty's laboratory.
Sorry I'm forced to have Akbar tie your hands to the back of your chairs, gentlemen. Akbar, if you will remove Dr. Watson's revolver from his right-hand pocket. That's it. No, you needn't take his satchel off his knees. I know how lost the doctor feels without his little black bag.
Very generous of you, Moriarty.
Not at all. That will be all, Akbar. You may leave the room and lock the door. And now for the Lady Hatshepsut. She's in the mummy case here. I thought you might enjoy the sight of a charming female while I give you the injection that will deprive you of your youth and vigor.
Now, look here, you...
No, Dr. Watson. Is that by any chance, Professor Moriarty, the mummy case in which the Princess Hatshepsut was entombed?
I believe so. She was removed from the tombs of the royal mummies at Dar el-Bahari.
By those famous grave robbers, the brothers Abd el-Rasul, whose exploits finally led the British archaeologists to the left bank of the Nile opposite Karnak.
But how clever of you, Mr. Holmes, to be so well informed on Egyptian mummies.
Holmes knows everything. Or didn't you know?
Watson, on the other hand, while no mental mastodon, has hidden possibilities. Did you know, Professor, he once played rugby for Blackheath?
Fascinating.
I gather from the fact that the mummy case has the hands carved in relief that it dates from the 7th Theban dynasty.
You are absolutely correct, Mr. Holmes. Wait. I will raise the lid and permit you to see the lady herself.
Good Lord. She looks as if she had died yesterday.
Yes, Dr. Watson. The mummies of Memphis are black, dry, and brittle. But those of Thebes are yellowish, flexible, and so elastic that the flesh yields to the touch, and the limbs may be moved. So, without breaking.
Yes, it's remarkable. I should have liked to be present when they discovered the tomb at Dar el-Bahari. Imagine, Watson, there were 36 mummies, 20 of them kings and queens.
Suppose we dispense with any further lectures on antiquity, Mr. Holmes. I think the substance I have here in this little glass vial may prove even more fascinating. This is the liquid I've distilled from 5 previous mummies, the ones who have been, shall we say, aged. One small scratch with a pin dipped in this fluid should, if my calculations are correct, turn you both into old men.
What would be the object of that, may I ask?
In the first place, it would render you no longer able to interrupt my activities. And in the second place, if my experiment is successful, I flatter myself I can change the course of history.
Interesting.
Think what would happen if I were to make certain men senile. The Kaiser, for instance, and that new American president, Roosevelt, Mr. Theodore Roosevelt. And there's a man over in France, Monsieur Clemenceau. And a young man right here in England, his name is Winston Churchill. I think history might be quite different if he suddenly became old and feeble-minded. Let me see. My tie pin should do very nicely.
Yes, a very interesting hypothesis, Professor Moriarty, but that file is so small. Is that all the fluid you have?
It would suffice, Mr. Holmes. I shall prick only the key men. Now then, I'll dip in the pin, so, and...
Holmes, duck!
Confound you! You've broken the file!
Bravo, Watson. A perfectly placed drop kick. I wondered if it would occur to you to use your little black bag for a football.
Well, that was a narrow squeak, Dr. Watson.
It was indeed, Mr. Harris.
But even then, you were still tied to those chairs. Just how did you and Sherlock Holmes get away from the professor, Doctor?
Oh, at that point, Mr. Harris, Colonel Ross and Ned Hunter broke in and rescued us. We left them on the moor with instructions to come in and get us if we didn't return in half an hour. Why did you think Holmes became so chatty about Egyptian history?
You don't mean he was stalling?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Harris? What do you think?
Well, what could I think, Doctor? And now, Dr. Watson, how about giving us a hint about next week's story?
Yes, next week I think I shall tell the case of the Lucky Shilling. In it, Holmes prevented the death of a certain reckless young nobleman and acquired the money to pay for a much-needed operation. It was done with the not-too-honest racetrack device, which Holmes called the trick of the Lucky Shilling.
The makers of Clippercraft clothes and 1,036 leading stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is produced and directed by Basil Lochran, with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clippercraft dealer, write Clippercraft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in the case of the Lucky Shilling. If you'd like to attend the Sherlock Holmes broadcasts in New York, see your local Clippercraft dealer. He'll tell you how to obtain your tickets.
Mutilated with some sharp instrument.
Aye, he sent it to me with his cut on the morning of my wedding to Mr. McFarlane.
See. Have you ever told your son of this?
I don't recall. Why?
Because if the police were to learn that you had, they would mark it down as providing an additional motive for him to have murdered this man.
But no case was too hopeless for my friend Sherlock Holmes when he was defending the life of an innocent man. My name is Watson, Dr. Watson, and it was my privilege to share the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I will tell you what happened in the case of the Norwood builder. hardly any case began more abruptly, as you may judge for yourself in a moment. What on earth?
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, you mustn't blame me. I'm nearly mad. Mr. Holmes, I am the unhappy John Hector McFarlane.
Have a cigarette, Mr. McFarlane. I'm sure that with your symptoms, my friend Dr. Watson here would prescribe a sedative.
Mr. Holmes. Oh, Mr. Holmes, I do beg your pardon, but the young gentleman just ran on ahead of me.
Don't worry, Mrs. Hudson. Just leave us, please.
Very well, sir.
Now, Mr. McFarlane, you mentioned your name as if I should recognize it. But I assure you that beyond the obvious fact that you are a bachelor, a solicitor, and a Freemason, I know nothing whatever about you.
But if you know all those things, then...
Oh, purely from observation, I assure you. May I say it, the untidiness of your attire, the sheaf of legal documents protruding from the jacket pocket, the Masonic watch charm. Quite straightforward, eh, Watson?
Oh, quite. I'm all of that. And in addition, I'm the most unfortunate man in London at this moment. I appeal to you, Mr. Holmes, if they come to arrest me before I finish telling you my story, make them give me time to tell you the whole truth.
Arrest you? On what charge?
For the murder of Mr. Jonas Oldacre of Law Norwood.
Well, Holmes. True, Watson. It was only a moment ago, Mr. McFarlane, that I was remarking to my friend that sensational cases had quite disappeared out of our newspapers.
Is that so? Then you haven't looked very closely at that one there, have you? See? On the very front page.
Indeed. Watson, if you'd be so good.
Oh, certainly, Holmes. Mysterious affair at Lower Norwood. Suspicion of murder and arson. At about 12 o'clock last night, an alarm was given that a stack of timber was on fire at the yard of Mr. Jonas Oldacre, a well-known builder of Lower Norwood. The engines were soon upon the spot, but it was impossible to arrest the conflagration until the stack had been entirely consumed. Surprise was expressed at the absence of the owner of the establishment, and investigations revealed that a murderous struggle had apparently taken place in his study, where slight traces of blood were found. An oaken walking stick found there bore bloodstains on its handle, and a safe had been opened and papers scattered about the room. It is known that Mr. Oldacre received a visitor yesterday evening, a young London solicitor named John Hector McFarlane, who is now being sought by the police for his help in their inquiries.
You see? Now read out the stop press. There, below.
What, here? Yes. Yes. Police theory, victim was clubbed to death in his room, papers rifled, and dead body dragged across the woodpile, which was then ignited so as to hide all traces of the crime. Great heavens.
Yes, the case has certainly some points of interest. May I ask, Mr. McFarlane, how it is that you're still at liberty?
I live with my parents at Blackheath. But last night, having to do business with Mr. Oldacre late in the evening, I stayed in an hotel at Norwood. I knew nothing of this affair until I read that newspaper account on the train to the city. I hurried at once to put the case in your hands. As a matter of fact, I swear a man followed me out of London Bridge Station.
Come in.
Inspector Lestrade, Mr. Holmes.
No.
By your leave, Mr. Holmes. John Hector McFarlane, I arrest you for the willful murder of Mr. Jonas Oldacre.
Oh.
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Very good, sir.
Now, McFarlane, it's my duty to warn you that anything you say will be taken down and maybe put in evidence.
Lestrade, this gentleman is on the point of giving us an account of the affair, which might aid in clearing it up.
All right, McFarlane, get on with this story.
I must explain first that I knew nothing of Jonas Oldacre, except that my parents had been acquainted with him many years ago. So I was very much surprised to get a request to go out to his home yesterday evening and advise him on a legal matter. Well, I got to his house soon after 9 and was let in by a middle-aged woman. His housekeeper, I took her to be.
My dear young sir, do come in.
Thank you, sir.
Beg pardon, sir. Shall I serve supper now?
In a few minutes, Mrs. Lexington. I'll just acquaint my young friend here with the business I have for him, and then we can discuss it further over the meal. Will that suit you, Mr. McFarlane?
Anything you say, Mr. Oldacre.
Very good, sir.
Very good of you to come all this way, Mr. McFarlane. I knew your parents many years ago, do you know?
I have heard your name.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, now, to come straight to the point, I asked you here this evening to attend to my will.
I see.
If you'll read the will for yourself, you'll discover why I sent for you.
Very well.
Here it is.
Thank you. Jonas Oldacre.
It's short and to the point, you see.
But Mr. Oldacre, this will leave your entire estate to me.
I'm the most deserving recipient, so my inquiries affirm.
But I don't understand.
It's quite straightforward, my dear young sir. I am a bachelor with hardly a living relation in the world. I knew your parents in my youth. As to yourself, I have always heard it said that you are diligent and thoroughly deserving. Therefore, I choose to make you my heir.
I don't know what to say.
Now, simply assure me, as a lawyer, that the will is in proper form. I shall sign it, Mrs. Lexington shall witness, and then we'll have supper.
With the greatest pleasure, sir.
There are a number of papers, title deeds, mortgages, scrip, and so on, which I should like you to examine. You will inherit them all someday, and a few words of clarification now will save you endless searching when that time comes.
May that time be long delayed, sir.
I share your wish, Mr. McFarlane. I think everything is taken into account now. I'll put all these papers back in the safe when you've gone. Oh, goodness me. It's nearly midnight.
It's been a pleasure, sir.
Indeed. Oh, don't go that way if you don't mind. The doors creak, and I shouldn't wish to disturb Mrs. Lexington unnecessarily.
Of course.
If you wouldn't mind the French window.
Of course not. I did have it here somewhere, I'm sure.
Have you mislaid something?
My stick. Yes, I'm sure I had it with me.
You did? I don't recall. Well, my boy, I shall see a good deal of you now, I hope. If your stick turns up, I'll keep it here until you can come back to claim it.
It'll be a great pleasure, sir.
I left him there. The safe open, the papers and packets on the table. It was too late to get home, so I spent the night in an hotel in Norwood. I knew nothing more until I read of this horrible affair in the morning paper.
All right, then. And now, Mr. Holmes, anything you'd like to ask?
Not until I've been to Blackheath. Oh, yes. No doubt that is what I must admit.
Constable. Constable.
Sir?
Take him away. I'll follow later.
Mr. Holmes.
I shall do everything I can, Mr. McFarlane.
Thank you, sir. I put my trust in you.
This way.
Well, Mr. Holmes?
The case is not clear to me yet, Lestrade. What about you, Watson?
Well, looks pretty clear-cut to me, I'm afraid.
Exactly, Dr. Watson.
My good Lestrade, you don't add imagination to your other great qualities. But if you could for one moment put yourself in this young man's place, would you choose the very night the will had been signed to commit your crime? Wouldn't it seem dangerous to you to make so very close a relation between the two incidents?
Well,
Would you choose an occasion when you're known to be in the house by the servant who'd let you in?
Mm-hmm.
And would you really take the greatest pains to conceal the body and yet leave your own stick lying about as a sign that you were the criminal? Confess, Lestrade, it's all very unlikely.
Yes, but you know as well as I do that a criminal is often flurried and does things a cool man would avoid.
Suppose some tramp lurking in the garden had seen the documents there in the room with the safe wide open and papers all over the table. Exit the solicitor, enter the tramp. He seizes a stick which he finds there, kills Oldacre, burns his body, and departs.
But why should a tramp burn the body?
Why should McFarlane?
To get rid of some evidence.
Possibly the tramp wanted to conceal the fact that any murder at all had been committed.
Why did the tramp take nothing?
Because he found they were just papers he couldn't negotiate.
Well, Mr. Holmes, you look for your tramp. Just remember one thing, though. So far as is known, none of those papers were removed. And our prisoner is the one man in the world who had every reason to leave them all there intact, since he'd soon inherit them anyway.
I don't deny that the evidence favors your theory strongly, Lestrade. I only wish to point out that there are other theories possible.
Well, I must be going.
Really?
Look in at Norwood if you're passing and see how we're getting on. Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, Lestrade.
Well, you've got a strong case, Holmes.
Now, Watson, if you'll kindly help me with my coat.
Oh, certainly. Where are you going?
Blackheath, as I said.
Well, I'll just get my coat then.
No, my dear fellow. I don't think you can help me.
Oh, really?
There's no prospect of danger. I shouldn't dream of stirring without you. I trust that when I see you again this evening, I shall have been able to do something for this unfortunate youngster.
Long ago.
Oh, it's all going wrong, Watson.
Really?
British juries have not yet attained that pitch of intelligence where they'll give preference to my theories over Lestrade's facts.
Did you go to Blackheath?
I did. Young McFarlane's father was away, but his mother was at home. A little fluffy, blue-eyed person.
Not guilty, Mr. Holmes. I won't admit even the possibility of it. As to Jonas Oldacre's fate, it neither surprises nor distresses me.
Mrs. McFarlane.
He was more like a malignant and cunning ape than a human being. Always, even as a young man. I hated that man. I regarded his death as a blessing.
You knew him from his youth?
Oh, I knew him well. He was asking me to marry him. Thank heaven I had the sense to refuse.
What was his answer to that?
Here, I'll show you. I have it in the store. Now, what do you think of that, Mr. Holmes?
It's your photograph. Torn and, yes, mutilated with some sharp instrument.
Aye, he sent it to me with his curse on the morning of my wedding to Mr. McFarlane.
I see. Have you ever told your son of this?
I don't recall. Why?
Because if the police were to learn that you had, they would mark it down as providing an additional motive for him to have murdered this man. Revenge for his past cruelty.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, my son did not kill Jonas Oldacre.
Well, at least it could be argued that he would scarcely wait until the insult was wiped out before doing so. Oldacre had left all his property to your son.
Neither my son nor I want anything from Jonas Oldacre, dead or alive. Nothing, Mr. Holmes.
So all you got was more evidence against your client?
Nothing to help our own hypothesis, certainly.
Oh, what did you do after that?
I went to Oldacre's place. They'd just made a great treasure trove.
What kind of treasure?
Trouser buttons.
Trouser buttons?
They'd spent the morning raking among the ashes of the burnt wood pile, and a number of trouser buttons had come to light. Mrs. Lexington, the housekeeper, swore they were ones she'd sewn on to Oldacre.
Mrs. Lexington, eh? Did you have a word with her, Holmes?
I did, Watson. And I'm convinced that she could tell us something if she wanted to. A little dark woman, as close as wax.
Shortly before 9:30, Mr. Holmes. And I wish now my hand had withered before I could turn the door knob to him.
Yes, Mrs. Lexington, I quite appreciate your distress.
Oh, the poor dear master, dead and gone.
Mrs. Lexington, what time did you yourself retire to bed?
10:30, sir. After I cleared away their things and washed up.
And where is your room in relation to Mr. Oldacre's study?
At the far end of the house, sir. I heard nothing of what happened.
What awoke you eventually?
People banging on the door with the alarm of fire. I dressed and I went down. I could smell the flesh burning. So could the fireman. Oh, it was terrible. Terrible.
Quite amazing to think of her sleeping right through a death struggle like that.
True, Watson. I feel it in my bones that there's something that hasn't come out. I could read it in her eyes, that sort of sulky defiance which only goes with guilty knowledge. But unless some lucky chance comes our way, I fear that the case of the Norwood builder will not figure in the chronicle of our successes.
That's true. I wish I could suggest something, Holmes.
There is one curious little point.
What's that?
I examined Oldacre's bank book amongst the other papers. His balance struck me as rather small for a man of such means. So I looked back through the entries during the last year. I found that a number of large checks had been made out to a Mr. Cornelius.
Who's he?
I don't know. His name didn't appear in any of the documents. Come in. Oh, what is it, Mrs. Hudson?
A telegram for you, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, thank you.
Is there a reply, sir?
No. No, thank you.
Very good, sir.
Well, that appears to be that.
From Lestrade?
Yes. Important fresh evidence to hand. McFarlane's guilt definitely established. Advise you to abandon case. It's Lestrade's little cockadoodle of victory.
It sounds serious.
And yet it may be premature to abandon the case. Important fresh evidence could be a two-edged thing. It may just possibly cut in a very different direction from the one Lestrade imagined. Come along, my dear fellow. I feel in need of your company and moral support today. We'll go out to Norwood and see what we can do.
Have you found your tramp?
I form no conclusion whatever, Lestrade.
Then step this way, gentlemen. And I think I can convince you once and for all. See this hat rack? Yes. Well, that's where young McFarlane must have come out to get his hat. After the crime was done. Now, I'll strike a light. So gloomy in here. Now, look at this. A fingerprint. In blood. Actually, a thumbprint, Doctor. Look at it through your lens, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, I'm doing so.
You are aware that no two thumbprints are alike?
I have heard something of the kind.
Now, let's hold this next to it. The wax impression of McFarlane's thumb taken by my orders this morning. That's final.
Yes, that's final.
It is final. But what a providential thing that this young man should press his right thumb against the wall and taking his hat from the peg. Such a very natural action, too. Oh, by the way, Lestrade, who made this remarkable discovery?
It was the housekeeper, Mrs. Lexington.
But why didn't the police see this mark earlier? I suppose there is no doubt that it was there earlier.
Eh? Oh, well, I'll be about the place if you want me. I've got a report to get on with.
There are points about this development that hold out some new hopes for him.
What? I'm delighted to hear that.
You see, there's one really serious flaw in this new discovery.
Indeed, Holmes, what is it?
Only this. But I know that thumbprint was not there when I examined this hall earlier.
Good gracious.
Now, come along. I wish to inspect this whole house inside and out. And then we'll trouble Lestrade to grant us one final indulgence.
Anything you like, Mr. Holmes?
I understood that you were writing a report of this case.
So I am.
Don't you think it might be a little premature?
What?
I can't help thinking that your evidence is not complete.
What do you mean, Mr. Holmes?
Only that there's an important witness whom you have not seen.
Who? Can you produce him?
I think I can. How many constables have you?
Oh, 2 within call.
Both large, able-bodied men with powerful voices.
What have their voices got to do with it?
Kindly summon them here and tell them to bring a considerable quantity of straw.
Straw?
Yeah, there's plenty in the outhouse. 2 bundles will do. Oh, and a couple of buckets of water.
Now, look here, Mr. Holmes. If you know something, you can say it without all this tomfoolery.
I assure you, my good Lestrade, that I have an excellent reason for everything I do. Kindly ask the constables to bring the things to the top landing of the house as soon as possible. Now, just pile the straw together here, my good man.
Right, sure, sir.
Now, we have the buckets in readiness?
Over here, sir.
Capital. Will one of you open that window, please?
Yes, sir.
Watson?
Yes, Holmes?
Have you a box of matches about you?
Of course, yes. There you are.
Now, kindly put a match to the edge of that straw.
What? Oh, that'll very well, Holmes.
Now, as the draft from the window carries the smoke down the corridor, might I ask you all to join in the cry of fire?
Yes, I will.
Now, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Fire!
I trouble you once again.
Fire! Fire!
Just once more, gentlemen, and all together, Watson.
Oh. Fire! Help! Save me! For the love of heaven, save me!
Hold him, someone. Watson, a bucket of water over that straw, if you please. Thank you, Watson. Now, Lestrade, allow me to present you with your missing witness, Mr. Jonas Oldacre.
Eh, what? Oldacre? I've done no harm. You've got nothing against me.
No harm. You've done your best to get an innocent man hanged.
It was only my practical joke. Oh, a joke, was it? You won't find the laugh on your side, I promise you. Constable?
Sir?
Take him downstairs in the sitting room until I come.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Holmes, you've saved an innocent man's life, and you've prevented a scandal that, well, it might have ruined my reputation in the force.
Cheer up, Lestrade. Instead of being ruined, you'll find your reputation enormously enhanced.
You mean you don't want your name to appear?
Not at all. The work is its own reward. Well, now, let's see where that rat has been lurking.
There's that door he suddenly came out of. I never noticed it.
No, because it was so well concealed. He's a builder, remember?
Yeah.
See here, this little partition?
Oh, yes.
Almost impossible to distinguish. He was able to fix up his own little hiding place without any confederate, save that precious housekeeper of his. By the by, I should lose no time in adding her to your bag, Lestrade.
Don't worry, she won't get far.
Yes, but Holmes, how on earth did you know he was in the house at all?
The thumb mark. I'd examined the hall the day before, and the mark had not been there. Therefore, it had been made since.
But McFarlane was under lock and key.
When they were sealing those documents, Oldacre got McFarlane to secure one of the seals by pressing his thumb into the hot wax. Perhaps it wasn't even contrived deliberately. But later, brooding in that hiding place of his, Oldacre remembered it, and it suddenly struck him what absolutely damning evidence he could make against McFarlane by using that thumb mark. It was the simplest thing in the world to get his housekeeper to fetch him the seal and some wax from which he made an impression. Then all he had to do was to moisten it with as much blood as he could get from a pinprick in his own finger and get her to impress the mark on the wall when nobody was about.
It's wonderful. Clear as crystal when you put it like that. But what's it all about, Mr. Holmes?
A very deep, malicious, vindictive person is the gentleman who's now awaiting us downstairs. You know that he was once refused by McFarlane's mother?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't? I told you to go to Blackheath first and Norwood afterwards.
Oh, dear, yes, I know, Mr. Holmes.
Well, this injury, as he would consider it, has rankled in his wicked, scheming brain. All his life he's longed for vengeance but never seen his chance. And now he suddenly finds himself in a bad way financially. To save himself, he pays large checks to a Mr. Cornelius, whom I've no doubt is himself. He intended to disappear under that name, thus escaping his creditors once and for all.
And contrived his death to put them off the scent.
But he didn't know when to stop, eh?
No. That supreme gift of the artist was lacking. He wished to improve what was already perfect, to draw the rope tighter yet round his victim's neck. And in so doing, he ruined all.
Diabolical. Mr. Holmes, I congratulate you.
Now, let us descend, Lestrade. There are one or two questions I would ask him.
It was a joke, my good sir. I'm sure that you wouldn't be so unjust as to imagine that I would have allowed any harm to befall poor young Mr. McFarlane.
That's for the jury to decide.
And you'll probably find that your creditors will impound the banking account of Mr. Cornelius.
I have to thank you for a good deal, Mr. Holmes. Perhaps I will pay my debt someday.
I fancy that for some few years you will find your time very fully occupied. Oh, by the way, what was it you put into the wood pile beside the trouser buttons? A dead dog or rabbits or what? Oh, you won't tell? Dear me, how very unkind of you. Well, if ever you write an account, Watson, you can make rabbits serve your turn.
Case of the Norwood Builder was one of the Sherlock Holmes stories from the inspired pen of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. My real name, is Norman Shelley. My friend Carlton Hobbs played Sherlock Holmes, and I was Dr. Watson. Michael Hardwick wrote the script for this BBC production from London. And I look forward to the pleasure of your company again soon for more of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
This episode from the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce and the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invite you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. And as for me, well, I'd like to tell you about a wine that's just wonderful before dinner. And that wine is Petri California Sherry. You know about sherry, of course, but do you know about Petri Sherry? That Petri Sherry is the kind of wine you can really talk about. It has the look of quality, a rich, dark amber color. And it has the aroma, the bouquet, as the experts call it, of wonderful sun-ripened grapes. And flavor? Well, if you want your wine to taste good, Petri Sherry is the wine you want. It's really delicious. Oh, and incidentally, if you like your sherry on the dry side, not sweet, Petri makes a pale dry sherry that's out of this world. Take home a bottle of Petri Sherry. Serve it by itself or with hors d'oeuvres or cocktail sandwiches. But serve it proudly, because the name Petri is the proudest name in the history of American wines. And now for our weekly visit with the good Dr. Watson. I'm sure he's expecting us.
Come in. Ah, there you are, Mr. Bartell.
Good evening, Doctor. Oh, no, don't get up. You look much too comfortable.
Take off your overcoat and come and join me.
Well, I enjoyed your story of a scandal in Bohemia last week, Doctor, and tonight you promised us a sequel.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Bartell. A sequel that took place over 20 years afterwards, in 1909 to be exact. Sherlock Holmes was living on his Sussex bee farm. It was only in June, I remember, that I received a telegram from the great man asking me to come and spend the long weekend with him.
And I'm sure you needed no urging to accept the invitation.
None, Mr. Bartell, none at all. I hadn't seen Holmes for some time, and this fact, combined with my rather indifferent health, found me on the Eastbourne train a few hours after receiving the telegram. A dog cart was at the station to meet me, and after a brisk drive across the downs, I found myself once more with my good friend. He looked somewhat older than when I'd last seen him, but as he spoke to me, I realized from the keenness of his voice and the sparkle in his eye that Sherlock Holmes would never really be old. After a while, our conversation lapsed into the comfortable silence that kept on me exist only between friends. And then, as the sun was setting, Holmes picked up his beloved violin and began to play some haunting melody. As he lay back, eyes half closed, his long, thin fingers caressing the instrument, a wave of nostalgia swept over me. I thought of the many years that we'd spent together, and of the exciting adventures that we had shared during the old days in Baker Street. Beautiful. Quite beautiful.
Thank you, Watson. You look uncommonly wistful, dear chap. You thinking of the old days?
Yes, Holmes. I was.
So was I. Oh, well. Those were exciting times, but it's comforting to think that now we will not be disturbed by a jangling doorbell, followed shortly by some poor devil in trouble. Nowadays, my greatest excitements are connected with the segregation of the queen bee and the nighttime proclivities of Charles Augustus, my tomcat.
I still find it hard to think of you in retirement, Holmes. Do you ever consider returning to active practice?
Oh, I consider it occasionally, and then reject the idea. A man should work only up to the peak of his ability. I'm past mine.
Nonsense, Holmes. You're just as alert as ever you were.
Mentally, perhaps, but not physically.
Would Would you consider handling a small problem in England?
Oh, if it's a personal problem that affects you, my dear chap, you know I'll do anything I can.
Well, it's not exactly my problem, Holmes, but there was a charming young girl on the train. We got into conversation and...
You don't age at any rate, old chap. You're just as susceptible as ever.
No, Holmes, let me finish. She said that you knew her mother quite well.
Her mother? Come in. Oh, yes, Devers, what is it?
I'm sorry to disturb you, Mr. Holmes. Your man said I might come in. My master, Mr. Lytton Stanley, instructed me to deliver this note.
Oh, thank you.
He also instructed me to wait for a reply.
What confounded impudence. You tell Master that there's no answer to this letter.
But he told me I must get a reply.
You may tell Mr. Lytton Stanley that I will instruct my solicitors to reply to his message in due course.
But, sir...
That's all, Devers. You may go.
Very good, sir.
Oh, what did the note say, Holmes?
Read it for yourself.
Keep your filthy bees where they belong. One of my guests was stung yesterday. If this happens again, I'll have the police run you out of this place. Good Lord, what an offensive letter.
The man himself is even more offensive. He's a retired manufacturer who thinks that his immense wealth entitles him to domineer over the local residents. Oh, but let's not spoil a nice sunny afternoon by discussing him. Please continue with the story of the young lady that you met on the train.
Yes, I'd like to. The poor little thing seems in dreadful trouble. I do wish you would help her.
You say that she told you her mother knew me?
Yes.
What's her name?
Norton. Irene Norton.
Norton? I don't seem to recall. Oh, but of course. Where is the girl, Watson?
She's staying at the Red Lion in the village.
Then ring her on the telephone and ask her to come over here as fast as she can. Of course I'll help her.
I'm delighted, Holmes, but what made you change your mind so suddenly?
Is your memory so short that you can't remember Irene Adler? Surely you haven't forgotten that in the case you called a scandal in Bohemia, I was completely fooled by her?
Why, Joe, yes, of course. You always referred to her as the woman. But how does Irene Norton fit into the picture?
Irene Adler married a barrister named Geoffrey Norton. Tell Miss Norton to come at once, Watson. She is the daughter of the woman.
Mr. Holmes, I've heard so much about you from Mother. She says you're the cleverest man in England.
Your mother flatters me, my dear child. She herself was much more clever than I. In fact, yes. Did she ever tell you about the circumstances under which we met?
Mr. Holmes, though she did tell me that you were a witness when she and my father were married.
Very true, my dear, very true. Though the occasion was a little, shall we say, unusual. Look here. This golden sovereign I wear on my watch chain is a memento of that day. I also have a charming photograph of your mother.
You must have known her quite well.
How about telling Mr. Holmes about your troubles, Manor?
Yes. Reminiscences are charming, but they can wait until we've dealt with your problems.
Mr. Holmes, I'm being blackmailed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. By whom?
By a neighbor of yours, Mr. Lytton Stanley. Do you know him?
Oh, yes, indeed I do.
As a matter of fact, Mr. Holmes received a most offensive note from the gentleman less than an hour ago.
What hold does Mr. Stanley have over you, my dear?
He has some letters, some rather indiscreet letters of mine that I wrote to a friend of his last year.
How did he obtain these letters, Miss Norton?
He must have stolen them. I don't know how, but when I was staying at his house a few weeks ago, he told me that he had them and asked £5,000 for their return.
Oh, gracious me. And why should he consider your letters, even indiscreet letters, worth so large a sum?
I'm engaged to be married to Lord Weston's son. That awful man, Lytton Stanley, knows that if my fiancé saw the letters, the marriage would never take place.
They must be extremely compromising.
They aren't really. But I was much younger when I wrote them. In fact, I was only 17, and I'm afraid they could easily be misconstrued.
Have you told your mother?
Oh, no, she'd never understand.
She might surprise you on that score, I think. How about your father?
Daddy's a barrister. You can imagine how straight-laced he'd be about the whole thing. That's why I came to you, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, I see. You feel that I am not so, shall we say, straight-laced?
Of course you aren't. Mother told me about you, and in any case, I've read Dr. Watson's stories.
Watson, my dear fellow, your stories will land me in serious trouble one of these days.
What are you suggesting Mr. Holmes can do for you, Miss Norton?
Get the letters back for me.
But how?
Steal them, of course.
Well, my dear, I hardly think you...
No, my dear Watson, don't be shocked. Miss Norton is a forthright girl, like her mother before her. It's most refreshing.
Mr. Holmes, you can't say you won't help me.
No, I don't think that I can say it. In any case, I have a slight personal score to settle with Mr. Lytton Stanley myself. He's rude. and has no understanding of bees.
But how are you going to steal the letters?
That problem requires a little thought, old chap.
I can tell you how to do it, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, really? This is delightful, my dear. You've explained the problem and also the way of solving it. How easy a detective's work might be if all clients were equally helpful. Tell me, what is your plan?
Tomorrow is the servant's half-day off at Mr. Lytton Stanley's. He'll be alone there during the afternoon.
How do you know that fact?
My maid was keeping company, as they say, with Divas, the butler, when I was staying there a few weeks ago. She found out everything from him. My letters are kept in a filigree box in his desk.
With your enterprise, my dear, I'm surprised that you didn't try and open the desk yourself.
I did. But it's very sturdy and has a combination lock.
Oh.
However, I'm sure that you and Dr. Watson can think of some way of getting the letters, particularly if Mr. Lytton Stanley's alone in the house.
We shall do our best, Miss Norton.
Promise me one thing, though, both of you.
Oh, what's that?
Don't read the letters, will you? I'm really rather ashamed of writing them.
Oh, of course we won't, my dear child.
You're both so sweet to me. How can I thank you?
Thanks would be a little premature, but you could do us a favor.
Of course. What is it?
Your mother had a beautiful voice, I recall. I wonder if you inherit her talent.
I do sing, though I've never done so professionally, like Mother.
And I've never played the violin professionally, but perhaps between us we could give Watson a little concert.
That's a delightful idea. We can't do anything until tomorrow anyway.
What would you like to sing?
Songs my mother taught me.
Really remarkably appropriate.
In the days long vanished, seldom from
Charming. Tonight, music, and tomorrow, a touch of daylight robbery.
Dear old Watson, your disguise is really excellent.
Oh, I must confess I'm a little apprehensive.
Hi, old chap. There's no need to be, I assure you. You, as Dr. Hamish, and I, as the Reverend Appleby, are calling on Mr. Stanley ostensibly in search of a contribution for my charity hospital that you are in charge of. What could be simpler?
Well, what made you decide on the role of a clergyman?
It should simplify our entrance to the house. Though I must confess that a rare touch of sentiment prompted the choice of my disguise.
How does sentiment enter into it?
Oh, surely you remember that it was in the role of a simple-minded nonconformist clergyman that I once attempted to deceive Miss Norton's mother.
That's right. Yes, I've forgotten. That woman really fascinates you, doesn't
She does, old chap. Irene Adler was one woman I've always regarded with unbounded admiration, even though she was a criminal. But enough of this. Come on, old fellow. Are you ready?
Yes.
You have the equipment I mentioned to you?
In my pocket.
Let's be off, old chap. Let's be off. If he's home, why the devil doesn't he answer the door?
Come, my dear Reverend Appleby. For a parson, your language is hardly appropriate.
I'm sorry, Dr. Hamish. There comes someone.
Yes?
Mr. Lytton Stanley?
That's my name.
My name is Appleby, and this is my friend, Dr. Hamish.
I'm proud to meet you, sir. I've heard a great deal about you.
What can I do for you?
If we could come in for a moment, I'll explain our mission.
Very well. Come into the study.
We're raising a subscription list for Charity Hospital at Paddlewaite, just across the Downs. You're a prominent resident here, and we thought that you'd like to donate a few guineas.
I'm really not very interested. I've given as much to charity this year as I can afford.
Well, it's a fine cause, sir. I'm giving my medical services 3 days a week, and the Reverend Appleby is donating his services too.
Who else has contributed to this fund?
All your neighbours, sir. We just came from the bee farm over the Downs. The owner, Mr. Holmes, gave us a cheque for 5 guineas.
Holmes gave you 5 guineas, did he?
Aye, a very nice gentleman, Mr. Holmes. We're proposing to name a ward in the hospital after him.
Is this list of subscribers going to be published in the paper?
Oh, yes, Mr. Lytton Stanley.
I'll give you 10 guineas.
10 guineas?
Thank you, sir.
Very kind of you, sir, I'm sure.
I'll get my checkbook. It's in this desk.
Quick, Watson. The chloroform. Right.
Now, who do I make this check payable to?
Order! Hold still, Holmes. Hold him still.
Very neat, Watson.
Chloroform doesn't take long, does it?
Move it back a little, old fellow. You're lying over the desk. That's it.
Is the filigree box in there?
Uh-huh. Here it is.
Splendid. Holmes, don't open it. You promised that you wouldn't.
I just wish to make sure
Make sure of what was there, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Who there?
Oh, no, don't move. I have a revolver, and don't turn round. Place the box on the table, Mr. Holmes. And put your hands up, gentlemen, both of you. That's right.
I know that voice. It's Devers, the butler.
Quite correct, sir.
Well, Davis, you needn't point a revolver at us. Your master isn't injured.
I'm not in the least interested in my master's health, Dr. Watson. In fact, if he were dead, I should be delighted.
Now, what are you up to, Devers?
I'm taking advantage of a situation, sir. I've been trying to open that desk for weeks. After such kindness on your part, sir, I hate to seem ungracious, but I'm dreadfully afraid I shall have to kill you. To kill both of you.
Dr. Watson's story will continue in just a second, so I'm just going to remind you that good food always tastes better when served with good wine. And if you like a red wine, say with steak or meat of any kind, you'll love Petri California Burgundy. If you'd rather have a white wine, say with chicken or fish, then by all means get Petri California Sauterne. Oh, and look, if opinion is divided in your family, if some of you like a red wine and some like white, the answer's obvious. Don't buy one, buy two. Remember that, huh? Don't buy one, buy two. But do buy Petri. Then you know it's good. Well, Doctor, that was a fine place to break off your story with the butler pointing a gun at your backs and you and Sherlock Holmes with your hands above your heads. What happened next? I know at least you didn't get killed, or you wouldn't be sitting here in California tonight telling me the story.
Elementary, my dear Mr. Bartell, but supposing I take you back in the story to the point where I left off.
Well, all right then. Take me back, Doctor. Take me back.
Very well. We stood there, Holmes and I, our hands above our heads. As Devers said...
I can't tell you how grateful I am that you opened the desk for me. After such kindness on your part, sir, I hate to seem ungracious, but I'm dreadfully afraid I'm going to have to kill you both.
Because I dislike to appear stupid at such a melodramatic moment, but why is it necessary to kill us?
For months, I have been waiting for an opportunity to steal the Kitmanjar emerald, and now you have done it for me, sir, and presented me with a perfect alibi.
The Kitmanjar emerald?
Oh, come now, Mr. Holmes, you know the treasures in this house as well as I do. Apart from the emerald, there's a superb Cellini that would fetch a fine price in the right market.
We aren't here after any valuables, my good man.
Please don't call me your good man, Dr. Watson. It's patronizing and untrue. In any case, sir, whether you were here after the valuables or not makes no difference. I've caught you both red-handed. You're completely in my power, gentlemen.
You're going to steal the treasures, I suppose, and then pretend that we were responsible.
Exactly, sir. I shall kill you both, secrete what objects appeal to me, and when my master regains consciousness, I shall explain that I found 3 men burgling the house, that I killed 2 of them, while the third got away with the loot. Who will be able to doubt my word? I shall be regarded as a hero. I might even have my salary raised.
Watson, I'm afraid this is the end, old chap.
What a sordid way to die. Shot in the back like a coward.
Devers, at least do us the courtesy of allowing us to face the firing squad, will you?
Very well, gentlemen. Turn round. But don't try any tricks.
One last request.
What is it, sir?
I'm beaten, and I admit it. I'm getting old, but in my heyday I crossed swords with some of the greatest criminals in Europe. My life has been attempted many times, but I've always escaped. If this is to be my swan song, at least give me the privilege of shaking the hand of the man who has at last bested me.
Well, sir, I feel that I'm stepping a little out of my station, but I suppose the situation is unusual. I hope you don't object to the left hand, sir. I'll keep the revolver in my right.
Very well, Devers. There you are.
Goodbye, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Goodbye, Devers, and my congratulations for... My congratulations for being a fool.
Well done, Holmes.
Maybe getting old, Watson, but I've not lost my skill at direct soup.
He went over your shoulder in a flash. Fortunately, the bullet went wide.
Where is he, Watson? Struck the desk as he fell.
Yes, he gassed his head. It's not serious. He'll be unconscious for a while.
Good, but I think we'll take the precaution of closing this desk drawer. I don't want him to be exposed to further temptation when he comes to. There we are.
Well, shouldn't we get into touch with the police, Holmes?
Police? Great Scott, no, old fellow. After all, we're burglars and we're in disguise. 2 facts that would be hard to explain satisfactorily, no? We must back to the bee farm as soon as possible.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Miss Norton will be waiting for us there, and we'll tell her what's happened. Poor girl, I'm afraid she's in for something of a shock.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, I'm so glad to see you back again. Did you get the filigree box?
Yes, Miss Norton, here it is.
But, Holmes, I didn't know that you...
Miss Watson. Why not open it, Miss Norton?
Well, I...
Open it, my dear. There may not be love letters inside it, but there's a note.
Oh.
Why don't you read it to us?
Let this be a warning, Miss Norton. Crime does not pay. If you don't believe me, ask your mother. Sincerely, Sherlock Holmes. Mr. Holmes, you knew my secret all the time.
Not all the time, but I realized it as soon as I'd opened the filigree box.
What on earth are you talking about?
Miss Norton was under the impression that she could use me as a cat's paw, as a dupe to commit a burglary for her.
I still don't understand, Holmes.
You will remember she asked us to promise not to open the box.
Yes, but you did so just before the fellow held us up with a revolver. What was inside the box?
An impressive green stone which I knew to be the Kitmanjar emerald.
But where's the emerald now?
I slipped it back into Mr. Lytton Stanley's desk and locked it. Brought the box here because I wanted to see your expression, Miss Norton, as you opened it.
Great Scott, and I thought you were poor little thing in trouble. Shocking.
You have to say for yourself, young lady.
But I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Holmes, terribly sorry. It seemed like a wildly exciting idea, but I didn't really mean to steal it.
No, of course not. No, of course you didn't. I didn't mean to steal it for you. Miss Norton, I'm convinced you knew that your mother once outwitted me, and you presumed to think that you could do the same. I should turn you over to the police.
Please don't, Mr. Holmes. You can't do that.
I certainly could. But I'm not going to for two reasons. First, you're young and impressionable, and this may teach you a lesson. And in the second place, I have a strange admiration for your mother. But I warn you, Miss Norton, that you have had a narrow escape. A very narrow escape.
Mr. Holmes, before I go, there's one favor I want to ask you.
Really? What is it?
Could I keep this filigree box with your note inside it? It would be a reminder all my life of how we met.
What do you say, Watson?
Well, it isn't your box to give, Holmes.
That's true, old fellow. That's quite true. But I fail to see how we can return it now without disclosing our own share in the attempted robbery. In any case, I don't like Mr. Lytton Stanley. I think we might indulge in a little petty larceny without feeling too guilty. Very well, Miss Norton. You may keep the box.
I shall always treasure it. Thank you. Goodbye, Dr. Watson. Don't think too badly of me.
Goodbye.
Good night, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
You know, Holmes, I must say you were surprisingly lenient with that girl. Do you suppose her mother put her up to the whole thing?
That possibility had occurred to me, old fellow. And yet I have a feeling that... Come in. Door's open.
Were you expecting anyone?
No.
Scott, it's Lytton Stanley.
Good evening, sir. This is an unexpected honor.
Sherlock Holmes, we haven't been the best of friends, I know. But you've got to help me now. I'm in serious trouble.
Oh, indeed, sir. Won't you sit down? This is my friend, Dr. Watson.
How do you do?
And now, sir, what is your trouble?
I've been robbed, Holmes.
Robbed? What was stolen?
Well, my greatest treasure, the Kitmanjar emerald, was removed from his case and then mysteriously returned loose in my desk afterwards. But there's a priceless Cellini missing.
Have you any idea who the burglars might be?
Oh, it was a gang, I'm sure of that. A couple disguised as a clergyman and a doctor came into the house on the pretext of raising money for some hospital. And they overpowered me with chloroform.
Oh, dear me. How very unpleasant for you.
Yes, well, when I came to, I found my butler, Jeepers, lying beside me in a pool of blood. The brave fellow had wrestled with the thieves, but they got away. And he's in the hospital now. Holmes, you've got to help me.
The Kitmanjar emerald was returned, you say, but a Cellini is missing.
Yes. It's an exquisite filigree box in which I had kept the emerald.
A filigree box?
Yes, it's a genuine Cellini. It's worth several £1,000s. Holmes, you must help me solve this business.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lytton Stanley, but I'm afraid I can't help you. I've retired. Yes, and I intend to remain in retirement. Good night, sir.
Oh, but I'll pay you any fee within reason.
My decision is final, sir. Good night.
Oh, I might have known I wouldn't get any help from you.
Holmes, she fooled you again.
Yes, the little devil. She knew that box was a Cellini all the time.
You don't seem very angry with her, old
I should be, but I'm not. What splendid audacity. What a superb nerve the child has.
But you must get the box back from her.
I shall, Watson. I shall. Or rather, I should persuade Divas to do it for me. As the price of our silence.
But how can he get it back?
Remember that he walks out with Miss Norton's maid. I'm certain that when he explains his predicament, he can prevail upon her to steal the box from her mistress so that it may be returned to its rightful owner.
That's a good idea. By George, Holmes, Miss Norton's a chip off the old block, all right.
Yes, Watson, she is, and it makes me wonder.
What about?
I wonder, my dear chap, how long I can remain in retirement. Such a worthy antagonist at large, it's a challenge. It's an irresistible challenge.
You know, Dr. Watson, I just can't get over the way you and Mr. Holmes let that girl, Irene, was that her name, pull the wool over your eyes. Why, she really twisted you around her little finger.
Well, Mr. Bartell, I don't like to make extremely positive statements, but I'm sure that if you were in my shoes, Irene would not only have twisted you round her little finger, but she'd have had you rowing about in hoops and standing on your head.
You mean she was that beautiful?
Mr. Bartell, she was so beautiful that she'd make you forget all about Petri wine.
Dr. Watson, no girl is that beautiful.
Oh, how young you really are.
Well, maybe so, but there are lots of pretty girls in this world and only one Petri wine. That's because there's only one Petri family that's been making wine since the 1800s. And believe me, because the Petri business has always been family-owned and operated, they've been able to hand on down from father to son, the highly skilled art of making fine wine. And those generations of winemaking add up to a lot of experience. The Petri family really knows how to turn luscious California grapes into fragrant, delicious wine. That's why, no matter what type wine you wish, you can't go wrong looking for the label that says P-E-T-R-I, Petri, because Petri took time to bring you good wine. Well, Dr. Watson, what story are you planning to tell us next week?
Well, now, next week, Mr. Bartell, is the day before Christmas, so I'm going to tell you an adventure that took place many years ago and involved Holmes and myself in one of the most fantastic Christmas Eve situations in which we ever found ourselves. I think you'll like the story. I call it The Night Before Christmas.
It sounds swell, Doctor.
Oh, thank you. Oh, by the way, before I go, Mr. Bartell, I'd like to remind our listeners there's no better way to spend money than to spend it on Christmas seals. Every penny spent on Christmas seals not only helps cure tuberculosis, but it also helps prevent it right in your own community. Your purchases of Christmas seals in the past have saved thousands of lives. Keep saving lives by all the Christmas seals you can afford this year. Now, won't you?
Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure was written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and was suggested by an incident in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, A Scandal in Bohemia. Music is by Dean Fossler. Mr. Rathbone appears through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. Basil Rathbone's new Columbia record album, Robin Hood, is now available at your music store. The Petri Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. Sherlock Holmes comes to you from our Hollywood studios. This is Harry Bartell saying goodnight for the Petri family. For a solid hour of exciting mystery dramas, listen every Monday on most of these same stations at 8 o'clock to Michael Shayne, followed immediately by Sherlock Holmes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.